877-42-LIBERTY. Once again, that's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Why are New Year's resolutions always about getting to the gym more or dieting? We fail ourselves before the first month of the year is already over. Why not resolve to eat better, tastier foods in 2024? Look no further than Fuhrer's cheese spread. Stop eating your apples, vegetables, crackers, and chips plain. Give them some flavor. Fuhrer's cheese spread awakens your taste buds. Now that's how you start a new year. Find your container of Fuhrer's cheese spread today at your local grocery store.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, is hosting their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney, Nebraska, January 31st through February 1st. Landmark Sprayer Clinic offers expansive equipment and technology training on John Deere and Hagie sprayers. Learn about the newest technology, machine maintenance, spray tip selection, exact apply sprayers, and more. Free dicamba certification will be available. Join Landmark at their sprayer clinic January 31st and February 1st in Kearney. Find more information at landmarkimp.com/events.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, a little patchy fog possible this morning. Otherwise, we'll see mainly sunny skies. Stay in warm weather, too. We'll see a high around 47. Tonight, partly cloudy skies are expected with a low around 31. And tomorrow, more sunshine on the way. Warm weather, too. We'll see a high around 44. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, is hosting their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney, Nebraska, January 31st through February 1st. Landmark Sprayer Clinic offers expansive equipment and technology training on John Deere and Hagee sprayers. Learn about the newest technology, machine maintenance, spray tip selection, exact apply sprayers, and more. Free dicamba certification will be available. Join Landmark at their sprayer clinic January 31st and February 1st in Kearney. Find more information at landmarkimp.com/events.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Welcome into the drive with AD and Raff. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday, and it is nice outside. Summer is on its way.
Yeah, a little bit of
coming on in, heat wave.
I slipped coming out of my neighborhood. I
it was a little slick.
I was saying, I don't know if it's just my neighborhood, and whoever takes care of the streets doesn't do a very good job.
Shots fired
or
early.
If or if it actually is slick outside.
Yeah, I kind of
a little bit of freezing drizzle.
I turned on the 27th and I sort of slid a little bit.
It's been a big couple of days and maybe a week and a half or so of freezing drizzle.
Yeah,
there's been, you wake up. I think there's been like 4 or 5 times in the last week and a half where it's you wake up, hey, better watch out, freezing drizzle
slick
today.
Outside, little slick.
We got a little freezing drizzle last night. You might want to watch yourself. Well, here's the deal.
Yep,
stop the freezing drizzle.
So how you doing?
I'm okay.
You good?
I mean,
good?
I'm fine.
All right.
I mean, it was a good last night. I know we'll get into the NFL.
We'll get there. I just making sure.
So I can't say too much, but I mean, I'm fine.
I don't know what to think right now.
I probably jinxed it a little bit because I was texting folks throughout the first half, and that's fine.
But you were happy.
I was. How could you not be? How could you not be happy?
My day was ruined right off the bat.
You didn't want the Chiefs.
No, this morning. Ruined.
What happened this morning?
My sister.
Okay. Well, got to give details and context here, Raff.
I'm not happy right now. I'll be honest. My sister sends me a picture of my niece, 9 years old.
Okay.
Wearing a Karma is the guy who comes home to me in the Chiefs tight end shirt.
Oh no.
She's a Chiefs fan because of
Taylor Swift. I just saw a graphic today. Actually, just a moment before.
How do I allow this?
Before we went on the show, that Taylor Swift has generated over $330 million for the Kansas City Chiefs since she started coming to games.
Yeah.
Why would you not involve her?
I mean, it's unreal. My sister's daughter, I don't even know if I can call her my niece anymore. But Kala is a Chiefs fan because of Taylor Swift. I mean, it all makes sense now. When I was down there for Christmas, the Chiefs played, and Kala has never watched probably a minute of football in her life with me. And she came up and watched the Chiefs game just to see Taylor Swift. And now she's wearing a Taylor Swift shirt today for Travis Kelce.
Now, I'll be honest here, and this goes towards.
This hurts.
I mean, I hope none of the people that I was watching the game with yesterday are listening right now, because this might ruffle some feathers. But the females that I was watching it yesterday, they wore Chiefs gear. And here's the issue, though, is that they are playing this card of like, I started knowing about the Chiefs because of Taylor Swift, but I promise that I don't like them because of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So every time that
who's Bill Kinney?
Here's the thing. So every time Taylor Swift comes on the TV, they have to do the
Get her off.
Get her
we don't
off.
need her. We don't need to see her on the TV. Probably said that about 5 or 6 times yesterday. Come on. One of them is closer to me than the others.
I just don't even know how to react.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't know. I mean, this is
about your niece.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a tough time getting over this.
That's all right. Well, I mean, here's the deal: is if the Broncos would make a Super Bowl or at least the playoffs, then you could have a little bit of competition. But here's the deal:
it wouldn't even matter because there's no Taylor Swift.
There's no Taylor Swift.
There's no Taylor Swift.
Nope. Russell Wilson's not. I mean,
Sierra's not going to win.
Yeah, she's not getting that treatment.
Who's like, could maybe a Bronco start dating Beyonce? I guess she's married.
Maybe. Yeah.
I
Don't start dating somebody that's married.
Yeah, probably not good. Not a good look.
I don't know. Taylor Swift.
I don't know.
I get annoyed with all the rumors about how like Travis has proposed and all this stuff. I mean, I don't know, but
yeah.
I also saw that Taylor Swift's gonna like throw a party for the Chiefs when the season's over.
But you've heard her travel for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, she's got to come right back from Beijing.
She's got a concert that night before, so she's got to probably take
Beijing or Tokyo. It might be Japan.
Yeah, maybe Tokyo.
I don't know, but nonetheless,
so she's got to fly back. But they said she can make it back, so I expect the Taylor Swift Super Bowl suite.
I'm excited to talk NFL because there was a lot of interesting things that kind of unfolded yesterday. Obviously, with the Chiefs and Ravens starting off, because we do need to have the conversation about Mahomes, especially at quarterback, Mahomes and Lamar. Just a couple things, just building off of a couple things that we both said about those two quarterbacks last week. And so we have to talk about that. Obviously, talk about 49ers and the Lions and the controversial decisions by Dan Campbell, if you call them controversial. I don't know. I can't go too much into detail right now because I'll go off. I have a tangent.
You and Eminem are a lot alike. Beginning of the game.
Yeah.
End of the game. Oh.
Well, no, I have thoughts on it, but it might not be the type of thoughts people are expecting.
Really?
Yeah. So so just stay tuned for that.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. 9 o'clock probably.
That's
or 8:30.
That's a cliffhanger right there.
8:30 segment, 9 o'clock segment. Which one do you want to do?
Oh yeah, next segment we'll do it Nebraska basketball because that's another
unfortunate
touchy subject for me right now.
It was a rough day. It was a rough weekend. It was a weekend that flew by. Number one. Number two, you had Nebraska basketball on Saturday, Nebraska women's basketball on Saturday. I know there was a majority of folks cheering against the Chiefs, not necessarily cheering for the Ravens, but cheering against the Chiefs. And then you had, if you're a Lions fan, they don't pull it out. I think also the Lions were somewhat, I hate to quote like America's team. I hate to use that reference, but like there was people that wanted the Lions to win just because they didn't want the 49ers to win, just because the Lions haven't been there.
Yeah.
I was just having a rematch of a couple years ago.
I was just trying to get my head around a Chiefs Lions Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, just something about it. And then when it was 24/7, I was like, okay, this might happen. But
yeah. No, it was good. I mean, it was a good game last night. The two good games yesterday. And so we'll get to that in the 9 o'clock segment. But no, Raff, Nebraska basketball, they fall to Maryland over the weekend. Nebraska women's basketball gets or loses by double digits on the road at Iowa. I'll be ready.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, they lose by double digits on the road at Iowa.
Caitlin have?
Not sure.
I don't know.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Check it off.
I know it was her birthday.
Oh boy,
it was Caitlin Clark's birthday. How about this? Also, she walked around post game carrying a Sharpie in her jersey.
Oh,
she carries a Sharpie in her jersey just to sign autographs.
I was laughing. Charlie Colon posted that picture of Caitlin Clark in the high V last week. I so wanted to go on there and take the charge.
Yeah. So she comes to Lincoln. Caitlin Clark, one final time in her career, comes to Lincoln on Super Bowl Sunday. Actually, the game is at noon, and then we'll have stuff going on later that night for the Super Bowl as well. But no, games at noon for Nebraska women's basketball in Iowa on Super Bowl Sunday. I know tickets are going like hotcakes though, just because they want to see Caitlin Clark in person one more time. Whether that's for good reasons or bad reasons.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, Caitlin
She's
Clark,
very polarizing.
She is. Yeah, she gets fans riled up. Plus, she has this like little thing with Nebraska fans that
she continues to feed into it, and Nebraska fans eat it up, and they want to make it louder and make it harder for her to play. So nonetheless, I know going into Saturday's game for Nebraska women's basketball, Caitlin Clark had never not scored 30 points against Nebraska. Not sure if she kept that going though on Saturday. But nonetheless, Raffi, we should probably get to break.
All right, we'll throw it a break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, is hosting their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney, Nebraska, January 31st through February 1st. Landmark Sprayer Clinic offers expansive equipment and technology training on John Deere and Hagee sprayers. Learn about the newest technology, machine maintenance, spray tip selection, exact apply sprayers, and more. Free dicamba certification will be available. Join Landmark at their sprayer clinic January 31st and February 1st in Kearney. Find more information at landmarkimp.com/events.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Husker fans, your Nebraska wrestling team is back at the Bob Devaney Sports Center for a Big Ten matchup on Sunday, February 4th against Illinois. The duel begins at 2 p.m., and the first 350 fans will receive a Nebraska wrestling pennant. For more information or to secure your tickets, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111. Again, that's huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Facing criminal charges is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we believe in treating every person with respect, compassion, and understanding. When legal troubles are keeping you up at night, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. To learn more, call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday. Your Caitlin Clark update. She had 38 points, 6 assists, 10 rebounds.
So she cannot score over 30 on February 11th against Nebraska because if so, then she will have scored 30 points or more in every single game that she played against the Huskers.
She's probably done that against a lot of teams.
I was gonna say, she has, but you think about it, played 2 times a year.
Yeah.
For 4 years.
Yep, 8 times.
Yeah. Eight games.
Did she have a COVID year? Does she have a COVID year if she wants to use it?
I don't think so. I think this is her last year.
I mean, that's got to be a decision. I mean, if she had the COVID year, where she might have to make a business
like a player
decision.
like that, I also would think that like the State Farm deal gonna continue.
Yeah.
You know, it's not.
What about Hy-Vee? Hy-Vee, I don't know. They're Midwestern.
Yeah, you're right. And I saw the Caitlin Clark firsthand in person on Hy-Vee this weekend.
Yeah.
But I don't know. One thing that I do know, Nebraska basketball can't win on the road.
Oh, boy.
Nebraska basketball falls 73-51. They started out well.
Yeah.
They started out really well. They were up 12-2, right? There was a moment where all but 2 of their shots were 3-pointers, and it was like halfway through the second half, which is not necessarily a recipe for excellence. Nebraska just has one player in double figures, and guess who that is? CJ Wilcher with 14 points. You have Bryce Williams with 9, Jamarcus Lawrence with 8, Casey finishes with 7. Rink Mass only goes for 5 points after his 34-point performance. And Josiah Alec added 3, while Eli Rice added 5. Sam Hoiberg was scoreless in 20 minutes of action, just took 1 shot as well. Nebraska shoots, as a team, 39% from the field and 48% from the 3-point line, 58% from the free throw line. Storyline in this one was there was a moment where Nebraska also, they finished the game with 1 more turnover as a team than field goal made. They finished with 18 turnovers, and on the day, they only made 17 shots.
You're going to lose.
There's no
way you can win.
And here's what's so crazy about just, it's such a hot and cold team. Right. Yeah. It's every single night. And like, we can chalk it up to playing on the road. And I heard, Sipple at the end of the last show, saying that teams are winning on the road. I don't know. I think it's important to understand that it is much more difficult to win on the road. I think also you can't sit here and say, well, Wisconsin wins on the road. You can't sit here when talking about Nebraska specifically. Well, Houston wins on the road. Arizona wins on the road. Purdue won on the road over the weekend. You can sit there and say that, but Nebraska's nowhere near those teams. Yeah. Even when Nebraska's 15-6.
To win on the road, you've got to do things right.
Like, you do. Yes.
You can't have 18 turnovers. You can't get out rebounded by 18. You can't only have 3 offensive rebounds while the other team has 17.
You're absolutely right.
To that team winning, so you've got to play fundamentally sounder basketball.
You're absolutely right. I just think like we have to also be realistic with ourselves, and that Nebraska is nowhere near Wisconsin right now. Nebraska is not close
Now, that's not to say Nebraska doesn't beat Wisconsin on Thursday.
It's at home.
It is at home. But I think it's a lazy approach to be like, sit here and say, well, why can't Nebraska win on the road when Wisconsin's doing it, when Purdue's doing it? Well, because Nebraska's not a national championship contender like those two programs are this season. Despite Nebraska beating Purdue, Nebraska is not a better team than Purdue right now. They're not.
Nope.
And that's okay.
Nope.
That's being realistic with yourself. Now you can say, well, Minnesota went on the road and got a nice win against Penn State. Yeah, they did. And give credit to Minnesota. That's a much more reasonable, approach to this conversation. I think it's a lazy argument to say Nebraska should be able to win on the road simply because other teams that are clear and, far and away better than Nebraska, number one. Number two, national championship contenders. I think it's a lazy argument to say, well, Wisconsin's doing it, Purdue's doing it, Arizona's doing it, Houston's winning on the road consistently. Guess what? Nebraska's, even at 15-6, they're not one of those teams. Yeah. No, they're not even close to that.
Even we even talked about it last week. We never, I don't think I've ever once said I like to just consistently win on the road. I just want us to pick up a couple on the,
Yeah.
So it's still out there for them, but it's just the fact that
from a from a fundamental approach, they look like a completely different team.
Yeah.
They do. And that's what the texters are saying as well. But like from a fundamental, how do we play basketball, turnovers, shot making, free throw shooting, completely different basketball team on the road. And it's not enjoyable, right? Because like Nebraska had an opportunity on Saturday in front of 15,000 fans in front of a Maryland team that I believe still on paper is not as talented as Nebraska.
Yeah.
I think it's also this, like Nebraska, they have Rink Mass go and drop 34, the game before against Ohio State. Ohio State got the brakes beaten off of them by Northwestern on the road in Evanston.
Yep.
But Rink Mass drops 30.
Yeah.
You only allow Rink Mass to shoot 5 times or vice versa. That's Rink Mass only decides to shoot 5 times.
Yeah.
I mean, you're down by 20 for the chunk of the game. Where's your best player? Keisei Tominaga, he shoots at a very poor clip, 30%, 3 of 10 from the field, 1 of 5 from beyond the 3-point line.
Yep.
Finishes with 7 points. But like, once again, the most consistent player on this team right now is CJ Wilcher.
Yeah.
And maybe that's a good thing for Nebraska that one of your bench guys is your most consistent player. But this is now, multiple times we've seen it. We saw it with Rink Mass on the road against Wisconsin. Now, I get that matchups play a very big part in this.
Yeah.
But man, it's not even that Rink Mass went 2 for 12 or 3 for 15.
Yeah.
It's the volume. Where was the volume?
Yep.
He comes off of a 6 of 8 shooting night from beyond the 3-point line.
Yep.
And you attempt 2 when you made 1 of them.
Yeah.
I understand that there's matchups,
you just feel that here we go again. Like,
yeah, but it's like
when they came back and tied it up, I was like, oh.
It's like at one point, man, you just got to figure out a way to not disappear in the big ones, and in the big ones that means road games. Now we do get a text. Northwestern, Maryland, Michigan, Iowa, and Minnesota have at least 2 road victories. We have to get a couple. And they're absolutely right. Like that's not me sitting here saying that, no, we should cut Nebraska some slack on the road. That's not what I'm trying to get at all.
No.
Because Nebraska does have a couple of manageable and gettable road games coming up, right? At Michigan is one of them, the worst team in the Big Ten. I believe Nebraska does travel to Happy Valley potentially, or Penn State just comes here. But they also travel to Columbus, Ohio for one of them.
Yep.
I just think that we have to be realistic with ourselves and say that, yeah, just 1 or 2 we'll do Nebraska just fine.
What we have been saying. It's just like we just thought that game on Saturday, like you said, matchup wise, we thought Nebraska matched up better. So we thought that was maybe one that they could have got. But Nebraska works the same way that they do at home. When the crowd gets into it at home, Nebraska plays its best basketball.
I mean,
when the opposing team's crowd gets into it, Nebraska plays its worst basketball.
I think also like a part that was really disappointing for me on Saturday was rebounds.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that the numbers. Nebraska gets out rebounded by 18 on the glass on Saturday. But my issue was the 17 offensive rebounds that you allowed from Maryland.
Yeah.
That was my issue because it wasn't a case of missed over the back calls. It wasn't a case of like, yeah, you know what? Nebraska's just that much undersized, or that was a want to issue on Saturday. There were multiple times that on the replays, whether it was live, whatever the case may be, Raff, we were missing the guy.
Dwayne, what's up? Raff's roadie.
Multiple times on Saturday where nobody got a body on anybody. Simple as that. And that can be said for Nebraska's rebounding. That can be said for the offense. Nebraska's offense moves so much better. You want to run that little screen motion up top, that's fine. You got to get a body on somebody. And Nebraska did not do that in either category, whether that was offense or whether that was rebounding. I mean, this is not a team that has the argument against them of that they're undersized. This is Nebraska has plenty of size.
They've got it.
They also have plenty of length and they have plenty of experience. So, did we pick Nebraska to maybe win on the road at Maryland? Probably not. But did you expect it to be a 22-point blowout? No, I did not expect Nebraska to get out rebounded 43-25.
Nope.
I mean,
well, as bad as they've talked about how they want to win on the road, you just thought there'd be a better performance on the road. I did not see a 22-point loss just for the fact that how much determination, like even Fred, like even right after the victory in his post-game show, was talking about, no, we didn't celebrate this because we have a road game. We got to get a road game. So you thought, okay, they're going to have a good performance. They're going to have a good performance on Saturday just to get that. And then Tater says, regardless, the tourney is on the road and the past game gives Nebraska fans no hope. However, the tourney is a neutral site. So Nebraska fans need to gobble up a bunch of tickets to make Nebraska feel like playing a home game.
Well, I think,
problem solved.
I mean, just disappointing. I think just over the course of those 40 minutes, right? I don't mean to call out players. That's not what I'm trying to sit here and do. But it's disappointing because time and time again, guys that are on Nebraska's roster averaging double figures just disappear. And maybe that's a matchup and give like guys like Julian Reese a lot of credit. 15 points, 16 rebounds to his name. Give him credit. And Maryland, now granted, they don't shoot the three well. They did on Saturday.
They were hot.
They did well on Saturday. So, it's one of those things that you kind of ran into a hot shooting Maryland team on Saturday, and you just didn't come ready to play. And your leaders on this team didn't produce, didn't even attempt to produce. And what I mean by that is 5 shots out of rink mass is ridiculous.
You need more out of him.
You need, especially, and somebody said it, matchups go out the window when you're down by 20. At that point, there's a lot of effort. I mean, even when Nebraska was down by 12, I think at half. Oh no, it was a 17-point game at half, 44-27. Even at that point, it's an effort thing, man. And Nebraska just didn't show any juice. Nebraska on Saturday, it was kind of a complete flip of what we saw against Ohio State. There was a moment there against Ohio State where Nebraska was down. I want to say it was like 22-13. Nebraska was down to Ohio State. Then they ended up ending on the first half on an incredible run. Well, you saw it yesterday on Saturday against Maryland, where Maryland was down 12-2 at that one point, and then just caught fire. And once Maryland kind of took the lead there, you had this weird suspicion that it was never going to go back in the Huskers' direction. So it was disappointing.
That was my thoughts. I was like,
yeah, it was really disappointing.
So deflating if they, I don't know. It's just one of those things that you're going to have to get one somewhere, some way. I think once they get one, I think they'll get that feeling, and then they'll be, we'll be better. But man, right now, those tendencies are hard to break.
Well, yeah, and it's so Nebraska's now currently 15-6 on the season, 5-5 in the Big Ten Conference. They'll have Wisconsin, as we know, at home on Thursday. Then they have a quick turnaround, travel day in there for a matchup with top 10 Illinois on Sunday night. Then they travel to Evanston. Then, which, by the way, Evanston's a place where Ohio State just lost 83-58 to Northwestern over the weekend. Nebraska then will host Michigan. They'll host Penn State. Then they travel to Bloomington. They host Minnesota. They travel to Ohio State. And then they wrap up the season with a home game against Rutgers and a road game against Michigan. I mean, if Nebraska doesn't get at least one of the next three, things could get a little dicey. And that's why Thursday is such a big one, because you do have it at home. Nebraska historically doesn't play well. And I understand how maybe ironic or funny this is saying it this season. After the conversation we just had, Nebraska historically doesn't play well at the State Farm Center in Champaign. Nebraska against Northwestern, those two teams are even, as we saw in Lincoln a couple of weeks ago. There's a path for Nebraska to either be 17-7 after this 3-game stretch, or there's a path for them to be 15-9.
Yeah.
And so Nebraska has to kind of rebound both on the floor and off the floor. And they have to be ready to go on Thursday. Yep. And it's 7:30 p.m. tip-off, right? So the
Bring
crowd,
the juice.
The crowd's going to be there. The crowd's been there all season. That's why Nebraska's 13-1. Yep. 13-1 at Pinnacle Bank Arena. So you got to figure out a way to get it done.
Bring the fire.
You have to. So there you go.
All right, everyone. We will throw it to break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about Atomic Diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's not just the big game everyone looks forward to, it's the food. If you're hosting a super party, let Hog Wild Pit Barbecue do the cooking so you can cheer on your favorite team. Slow smoked ribs, beef brisket, pulled pork, hot links, and so much more. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go. Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
smoke-free environment is the only way to fully protect from the dangers of secondhand smoke. That's why smoke-free policies are so important to me. Whether it's in my car, apartment building, or when I'm dining outdoors, there's no place for secondhand smoke or e-cigarette aerosol. Breathe easier knowing the facts. Visit smokefree.ne.gov. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, a little patchy fog possible this morning. Otherwise, we'll see mainly sunny skies. Stay in warm weather, too. We'll see a high around 47. Tonight, partly cloudy skies are expected with a low around 31. And tomorrow, more sunshine on the way. Warm weather, too. We'll see a high around 44. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clutcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Husker fans, your Nebraska wrestling team is back at the Bob Devaney Sports Center for a Big Ten matchup on Sunday, February 4th against Illinois. The duel begins at 2 p.m., and the first 350 fans will receive a Nebraska wrestling pennant. For more information or to secure your tickets, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111. Again, that's huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111.
Joining a gym fashionably late this year? You're right on time. At Planet Fitness, we got you. Because now through January 31st, you can still join for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. And to make it even better, we have free fitness training, equipment for every workout, plus a free in-app crowd meter, and most clubs open 24 hours. Feel good about being fashionably late. It's the last chance to join Planet Fitness for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Hurry, deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you wanna come and text us,
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
This is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday. And it's time for some history.
What you got for us today, Raffy?
Oh, man. Today in history, 1936. The first players elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Ty Cobb.
Oh, nice.
Babe Ruth. Honus Wagner. Christy Mathewson. And Walter Johnson.
Those are some names right there.
Yeah, they're big names. They were the pillars of,
of Hall of Fame,
the old baseball world that it was.
What year was this once again?
1936.
Gotcha.
And that just gets me thinking, why isn't Dale Murphy in the Hall of Fame?
I
don't get it.
It's unfortunate. There's a lot of players that I think probably, should be. Dale, obviously, he was a big Braves guy, right?
Yeah.
Big on the Braves.
Two-time MVP in the 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 2 MVPs, but some people say that he only has 398 home runs. If he would have got 400, he would have got in. I'm just like, that's baloney.
Yeah.
Very disappointing.
What else?
All right. 19. I got to flip back to it here. 1964. The most lopsided high school basketball game ever.
Oh, no.
This game was in Louisiana. They don't even have the names of the teams. Very disappointing. But the score, maybe it was to protect the innocent.
Probably.
211-29.
Oh, no. Real bad.
Yeah, there's not much defense from that one team.
So in Louisiana, I'm curious. I mean,
probably in Thibodeau. I like saying Thibodeau.
It is very rare high schoolers scoring over 100. Even the best ones, just because the quarters aren't long enough.
Yeah, let's go 200.
Yeah, let's start see a 200 burger be put up at PBA this March.
200.
Huh? Just like that.
Yeah, and then this is another one. I don't know why. Sometimes I hear names. I'm just like, wow, he isn't in the Hall of Fame. On this day in 1974, in the NFL draft, Ed Jones from Tennessee State was drafted with the first pick by the Dallas Cowboys. And you hear Ed Jones, you're like, who's Ed Jones? But then you say, Ed Too Tall Jones. Why is he not in the Hall of Fame? Confusing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you even just look up Ed Jones on Google, and it's all financial advice. Edward Jones.
Ed Too Tall.
That's all everybody cares about.
You just got to say Too Tall.
Ed Too Tall.
Too Tall Jones. And then we got a birthday today. We have got a happy 63rd birthday to our very own number 7, Ricky Simmons.
Nice. Happy birthday, Ricky.
Ricky turns 63 today.
I can't believe you didn't mention this one. In 84, Isaiah Thomas won the MVP in the NBA All-Star game.
Oh.
But more importantly, one of my favorite quotes to just use in daily life.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
From Isaiah Thomas comes from the Last Dance documentary, where he's sitting there and he goes, they're asking him, why isn't he, in the I believe in the Hall of Fame, or maybe it was just another All-Star game
selected to be in the Olympics.
Yeah, in the Olympics, yeah. And he was like, I met the criteria, I just didn't make it, just didn't work, didn't make it. And he's just so distraught. He's like, I did everything and I met the criteria, I just didn't make it. And so it is funny to use that quote in daily life. But no, that was good. Nice job, Raff.
Thank you.
Good stuff today.
Thank you very much.
Not a big sports history today.
It wasn't like a huge day.
It wasn't super exciting stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I saw that NBC purchased the AFL.
Oh yeah,
back on this
Joe
day
Namath
in like 64, I believe.
Don Maynard.
Yeah, 64 for like $36 million.
Cookie Gilchrist.
A little bit cheaper than probably what you could get the product.
John
at
Hadel, Lance Allworth.
How about this? OG CJ says my dad's 75 today, my niece is 24 yesterday, and my nephew will be 20 on Saturday.
Nice.
Happy birthday to Merlin, Trinity, and Cordell. Happy birthday, guys. Celebrate strong on.
Ooh, we got a 50th birthday too today.
Who you got?
Jay Gates.
Oh, no way.
Jay turns 50 today. Old Man River.
Yep, there it is.
Sure glad I'm in my 40s still.
I know, I bet.
Hanging on.
Yep.
Hanging on.
Yep. 23's coming down the road. First, before I know it, it'll be 40.
Oh my goodness.
Before I know it, I'll be 70.
Gosh, that's craziness. I'll be pushing 70 when you turn 40.
Oh, I don't like thinking that, Raff.
I don't
like thinking that.
It happens.
Nope. We don't need to think about that. That's sadness. Speaking of something that's not sad, the NFL games yesterday. Well, if you're a Lions fan, probably a little sad. We'll talk Dan Campbell controversial decisions. We'll talk Chiefs Ravens, what it means for Mahomes, what it means for Lamar Jackson. A little bit of everything coming up. NFL discussion.
NFL Monday.
All right, Raffy.
All right, we'll throw it a break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. Navigating the legal system can be stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. When you're in need of legal assistance, trust Liberty Law Group to fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Joining a gym fashionably late this year? You're right on time. At Planet Fitness, we got you. Because now through January 31st, you can still join for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. And to make it even better, we have free fitness training, equipment for every workout, plus a free in-app crowd meter, and most clubs open 24 hours. Feel good about being fashionably late. It's the last chance to join Planet Fitness for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Hurry, deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Koppel. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Koppel. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at koppelcars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit. Stock number G207684.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket. Every Saturday morning now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Ashiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Welcome into the drive with AD and Raff. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday, talking some NFL football. I was just reading over the break. The New York Post is saying that maybe Bill Belichick might go into TV next year.
Oh, my goodness.
Could you imagine Belichick,
I can't,
Brady,
actually.
and Gronk all on Fox together?
Does Belichick seem like a guy that's good for TV?
When he's like normal Bill, I think he'd be okay. When he's Coach Bill, probably not. But I have seen him where he is very like personable and normal. So I guess he'd have to be that way. But then he'd have to put on that coaching facade again because they think that he might take 1 year off and be on television and then try and return back. I guess nothing's guaranteed anymore because I really thought that Bill Belichick was guaranteed a coaching spot.
Yeah.
And now it's like you're looking at it and you're like, this isn't going to happen.
Well, he's kind of been iced out of the NFL.
Yeah, kind of.
It's pretty incredible. You'd imagine that the Lions offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, is probably going to get a look at, especially like a team like the Commanders, right? It doesn't, if you would imagine that if it was Belichick or if that Bill was going to be the answer, that it would have been done already.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy. And then you think about it like this, like you have Bill Belichick, who's got all these Super Bowls, and not only with the Patriots, defense coordinator with the Giants in their heyday. And you would think, okay, he's available to be a coach. You think some team would go after him, but then nothing's happening. But if you say a year later, if Tom Brady comes out, he just got back from Australia, by the way, gets back from Australia and says, hey, I'm ready to make a comeback to the NFL. You got to believe there's probably 2 or 3 teams that call him tomorrow.
Yeah. You're not in the boat of Tom Brady coming back.
I
right?
let go of that dream.
Thank you.
But I'm just
It's
saying,
about time.
But if he said, I want to come back and play next year, I believe that he would be in the NFL next year, 100%. And I kind of thought the same way for Belichick. I thought when him and New England parted ways, I was like, okay, that's not a problem. He'll be back, with another team by tomorrow. And then next thing you know, but then the heat is real. You got to think the heat is really on Mike McCarthy next year because I don't think
going with Belichick, I think you would imagine that there must be something more behind the scenes, whether that's he wants GM duties and he's proven that he's not a great general manager, right? Not great at drafting. But nonetheless, you're getting distracted a lot this morning, Raff.
Oh, you were distracted a little bit too.
I could tell you every single thing that you just said, though. But nonetheless,
you said nonetheless. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm trying to be better. Ralph's roadies are all over the studio today.
Anyway, no, so I think like a lot of with Belichick, and there's got to be something more with whether he wants like GM duties, and obviously he's proven that he doesn't draft well, especially with first and second round picks, early picks in the NFL draft. It's incredible that he hasn't gotten a job, and
you've been like you're man in New England for all those years. It's always has been my way or the highway.
It has been,
and I'm sure these teams he's interviewing with, these teams that are like, nope. You're gonna have to be a little more lenient.
You look at some of the organizations you also look at, and Belichick's up there in age a little bit. And the Falcons, the Commanders, those types of teams, they're going to take a little bit. Yeah. Maybe the Falcons not so much as the Commanders, but it's going to, you kind of have to be in for a commitment for the long haul, if you will.
Correct.
At least 3 or 4 years. And I don't know if Belichick has that in him. Yeah. And so then does he want to continue molding younger coaches? And what I mean by that is, he's done that with McDaniels. Whether that's worked out or not, don't worry about that. It's got him a head coaching job. It's got McDaniels a head coaching job.
You haven't heard about him interviewing for any offensive coordinator job.
No, but it's also he got Gerard Mayo, the next New England Patriots job.
Correct.
Is it a situation of where, hey, Bill, come here, be here for 3 years, mold a new guy, and let us just kind of make a smooth transition? Well, Belichick might not want to do that, or the organization might not want to, because we're seeing them go with a lot of maybe first-time head coaches, younger head coaches, right? The Raheem Morrises, the Ben Johnsons, if he gets a job from the Detroit Lions. So we're seeing a lot of organizations take that path with some younger guys than maybe going the route of Belichick. And as we got pointed out on the text line, Mike Vrabel as well.
Yep.
So, all right, Raff, you ready to get into yesterday?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
What should we start with? Which one do you want to start with?
I say we just start with Chiefs and the Ravens. We'll save the best for last.
Let me ask you this. What does this do? How does your point of view on Lamar Jackson change after yesterday?
I don't know if it changes so much. It's just going to be that he's going to have that. He is going to start carrying that. You've got to take care of your business in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, he'll probably still win the MVP of the league.
Yeah.
But they're going to have those lurking questions. Does he have what it takes to get the team over the top to get to a Super Bowl, to win a Super Bowl? And that's just part of football. I mean, it's just not Lamar Jackson that carries that tag. I mean, you have like the Dak Prescotts of the world. You've got, in the past, you've had even the Dan Marinos. You've had amazing quarterback, amazing player, but can't get his team to the big one.
Well, and you're 1-3 in the postseason right now. If you're Lamar Jackson, now he's gonna join if he wins the MVP, which I would expect him to. I think a lot of people would. He's gonna join some elite company, winning MVP for 2 times in his first 6 seasons, right? And Mahomes is on that list, but we'll get to him in a second. I think with Lamar, the talent's there. It's just like you said, you got to win. Wins are a massive part of this game. And especially, I think it hurts maybe perception a little bit when you have a guy like Patrick Mahomes in the same conference doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. With less talent. There was no doubt in, I think, anybody's mind yesterday that, you know what, the Ravens, once again, we always talk about on paper, the Ravens had a lot of skill guys and probably were a little more talented than the Kansas City Chiefs for the bulk of the season. But yesterday, guess what? Patrick Mahomes turned it on. Travis Kelce was there as well.
Yep. And then that too, like with Lamar Jackson, is he's playing in a time with Patrick Mahomes. And arguably Patrick Mahomes is probably the best player in the world. I mean, he might not win MVPs just because of but you got to look at what he had this year He didn't have the arsenal of receivers that he's had in prior years during the regular season. But now you're seeing it all. They stuck with the guys they had.
Yeah.
They didn't panic. They continued. And now he's starting to gel with these younger receivers. And then you got old reliable, Travis Kelce, who, I think his age is creeping up on him some, during the regular season, like putting up the crazy statistics but Andy Reid, he knew that and he rested him and they didn't overwork him. And now they get to the playoffs and now Travis Kelce's putting up your 11 catches again.
Well, 11 catches on 11 targets, which is pretty impressive at one point in that game yesterday. I think also with a guy like Patrick Mahomes, it's another feather in his cap that you are not allowed to slander him.
Yeah. No.
Right? Like there is no.
I mean, I'd love to if I could.
Exactly. But you have to kind of be realistic and understand the situations, right? Because now especially if he wins a championship, if he wins a Super Bowl, then you can't. I don't care how much he complains about calls. Yeah. I don't care how much he whines. I don't care about any of that.
Yep.
Why? Because what did we just get done talking about with Lamar Jackson? It's the opposite. He wins.
Yep.
No matter whether he has Tyreek Hill, whether he doesn't have Tyreek Hill, whether he's got a really good running back, whether he's got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, whether he has a bad defense and he needs to score a lot of points, or whether it's like this season where, hey, you know what? The offense went down a little bit, but the defense stepped up.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. He's won.
Yeah.
And he's done it a ton.
And he's done it. I mean, he's played 7 years now. His first year he sat out. And 6 consecutive years, nothing less than the AFC Championship game.
And what is he? What is he? 14-3 in the playoffs.
Yep.
Think about the difference. 14-3 compared to those 3, in this case 1-3.
And those 3 losses were AFC Championship games. I mean, it's not 3 losing in the wild card weekend. He's playing to get to the Super Bowl. I mean, it's crazy.
As much, and this isn't like once I'll say the same thing that I said last week as well. Like I'm not sitting up here and I'm this Mahomes apologist. I'm this diehard Kansas City Chiefs fan. I'm not a Chiefs fan in general, but it's this situation of like, you know what? He's kind of deserved to be in that conversation of, because he's on par right now with Tom Brady.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that he's been able to do it consistently and stay on track for 5 years is really, really impressive.
Yeah.
And so I know that there's like the whining and there's the complaining and you might not like his voice, like whatever the case may be with Patrick Mahomes, you cannot sit there and if you are one of those people that is like, Patrick Mahomes isn't the best in the league, stop.
No,
Get out of town. Because we're shown week after week, especially when it comes down to crunch time in the playoffs, win or go home, that you do not bet against that man.
And you don't want to be in the position of him down by 3, or you don't want him at any position. You've got to be up, 10 points or more
with less than a minute.
Yeah.
Because then also
you don't want him to have his hands on the ball with a chance to win.
Not to mention new offensive coordinator, Bieniemy's not there. Yeah. It's Matt Nagy, who's not been a great, partner in crime for the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes this season. There's so many odds that are stacked against Patrick Mahomes consistently that he defies, that it outweighs anybody's ability. Myself, you, anybody listening, any of our abilities to sit here and criticize, we hate him because he whines at every call.
You don't really criticize so much him. It seems like it's always outside stuff.
Maybe.
I mean, sometimes like the refereeing, for instance, sometimes you see, I've seen it through the years. You've seen kind of slanted refereeing, but is that Patrick Mahomes? I mean, Patrick Mahomes is getting it, but it's not him.
Yeah.
You look at like his brother, that's his brother, not him.
Mm-hmm.
Wife gets a little crazy out there sometimes.
Taylor Swift's calmed her down though.
Taylor Swift's calmed her down.
It's okay. She's found a friend in the box. We're good.
Yeah, until they get in a fight. That's all I'm holding on to now. That might be the only thing. But no, it's just
maybe they'll vacation together.
But Patrick Mahomes, I don't know. It's just, I respect him. I mean, you cannot help but watch. I mean, if you're a football fan, Bronco fan, whatever fan, but you watch him play and some of the things he does. I mean, it's wild.
It's just there's as much as it gets annoying watching him, it can annoy you watching him because he's so good.
Yeah.
Like
I
find myself sitting there every single Sunday tuning into Patrick Mahomes just to say, wow. Because you know that for 3 to 5 times a game, you're going to sit back and say, you know what? That's incredible.
Yeah, and
what an incredible play. You get that from Lamar,
Yeah.
just not near to the quantity that you will of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I would love to see, like, you've seen Patrick Mahomes be so successful the last 6 years.
Yeah.
Just the time and homework and the tape watching what he, you always looked at, Peyton Manning as being that guy that just being constantly looking at tape. But Patrick Mahomes, it's like he's good. Like athletically, he's got all the talent and he can make the throws. But he's at a point now, like reading defenses and what he does when he's out on the field. It's just like, it just makes you want just how many hours a week that he is putting in, preparing for teams, because we always thought, when he was younger, he's still young, but when he learns how to play the game, then how dangerous is he going to be?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, he's at that spot now where he knows where everyone's at on the field. And that when you're a quarterback and the game slows down and you know where everyone's at, that's when you get crazy good. That's what I see out of him now. It's like he's slowed down the game so much. I think it's wild.
This season also is such a feather in his cap because he's done it with such lesser talent.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Travis Kelce has not been the Travis Kelce that we know. He's been really talented tight end.
Yeah.
But he has not been the Travis Kelce we know up until these last 2 weeks. These last 2 weeks are full Travis Kelce. We know him. But before that, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like I said, they don't have Tyreek Hill. They don't have it's not like Isaiah Pacheco's fine, but he's been banged up.
Yep.
They were without their left tackle Joe Thuney yesterday. I believe, or is he left guard?
Yep.
So they were without left guard. They moved on from their offensive coordinator that had such a dynamic offense in Bieniemy, right? There's so much that, once again, the odds are stacked against him.
Yep.
The Chiefs are still a really good team,
and
haven't been near the talent they've been.
That's another attribute of Patrick Mahomes is the leadership and not throwing his receivers under the bus. I mean, he had opportunities this year with all the drops that they had, some of the crucial penalties that they had, that he could have thrown people under the bus.
Yeah.
And at not one point has he done that. And now they're at the point of the year where it's winning time. And he's got his team where they need to be. And I mean, you have to respect, what he has done with the talent he's had and the way he's stuck with them. I mean,
here's the perfect kind of nail in the coffin in this conversation here. An unnamed texter text this in. 4921 says, if you put Mahomes' 17 playoff games together as a season, he's got a 14-3 record, completing 67% of his passes, 4,800 passing yards, 39 passing touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and 5 rushing touchdowns.
That's pretty good. Good season.
That's a very good season, right? And he's doing that most of the time at home, yes, right? So we have to be understanding of that. But he's doing that when it's win or go home situation.
Yeah. Against
the best of the best.
Yep.
That's not against the Falcons. That's not against the, some, as DP says, roast beef state. That's not against those teams. This is the best of the best.
Yep.
You're doing it against Josh Allen,
he was doing
Lamar Jackson, whoever.
And he was doing it when he was, year 2 in the league.
Yeah.
Usually quarterbacks, it takes, 2, 3, 4 years to get acclimated to the league. And here he was doing it year 2, and he's continued to do it. There was not like maybe the first time it was just a fluke. I mean, he just continues, every year, and he puts his team in that position, his leadership abilities, his playing abilities. I mean, he's to be respected. He's a great player.
Well, Raffi, Detroit Lions. We have to talk about it when we return.
We'll get there. All right. We'll throw it a break. This is The Drive. 93.7 The Ticket.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is "My job is people, everyone is my business." But unfortunately, in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Joining a gym fashionably late this year? You're right on time. At Planet Fitness, we got you. Because now through January 31st, you can still join for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. And to make it even better, we have free fitness training, equipment for every workout, plus a free in-app crowd meter, and most clubs open 24 hours. Feel good about being fashionably late. It's the last chance to join Planet Fitness for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Hurry. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Facing criminal charges is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we believe in treating every person with respect, compassion, and understanding. When legal troubles are keeping you up at night, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. To learn more, call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
So he can maybe run. So like speed option, those things. All you want to do.
Speed. I can't see.
It's also. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Look what you did. Look what you did. Look at Bill.
Down.
Come on
Just
now.
calm down.
I don't say anything about semicolons or should there be a
Word
parentheses or
Too many commas over there.
too many
Come on.
run-on sentences. Don't talk about that. It's not my wheelhouse.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning. This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. This segment is proudly sponsored by Florials. Where are you at, Florials? There you are. Florials is just south of Lincoln Southwest High School on 14th and Pine Lake Road. Florials Italian Restaurant provides a cozy, family-friendly setting where good food and good company come together, whether it's a family dinner, a date night, or a catch-up with old friends. Florials is the perfect place to make special memories. All you have to do is visit FlorialsNE.com or call 402-423-5576 to make reservations or place takeout orders. Got it. Boom. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Yeah, let's just dive right into it.
Lions?
The Lions, right? As good of a start as you could have hoped for if you're Detroit, right? On the Jameson Williams touchdown run. I think it was, like I said, good as a start as you could hope for. Couple things here. I'll start out by saying I am not mad at Dan Campbell at all. One bit.
Not even an iota?
No.
Okay.
No, and here's why. Couple of reasons. First thing is you look at there should have been, we got a text that said, and we'll start it off with this. The worst being the chance to go up 3 scores, then dropping 2 interceptions, one resulting in the huge gain off the guy's helmet. Multiple other passes that could have been picked off as well. You're right. I think also in this playoffs, Detroit's allowed more passing yards and big plays than any other team in the playoffs. So that was one issue, right? I think also one thing people forget about that one results in that I believe it was Debo caught, or no, maybe IU caught it.
It was
IU caught it off the guy's helmet. There was a penalty flag on the play.
It was going to be pass interference.
It was going to be a pass interference. So the pick would not have stood anyway.
Correct.
So we got to remember that piece of it. Here is why I have no issue with Dan Campbell today, a day after. Detroit, how did they get to the playoffs? How did they get to this season? by being one of the most aggressive teams on fourth down.
Correct.
They are on fourth and hold on. I have the statistic written down when I was doing some research last night. Let's see. Here we go. Sunday, the Lions had gone for it on fourth and either 2 or fourth and 3, an NFL high 23 times this season. That's including the playoffs.
Yep.
They have converted over 74% of the time on fourth and 2 or fourth and 3 situations, right? So that first one where, bless you, Raff.
Thank you. Thank you.
On that first one where it was, I believe, fourth and 2, what got you there? No, Detroit has gotten to where they are, and Dan Campbell as a head coach for being ultra aggressive on fourth down. Has it hurt the Lions maybe in some games? Yes.
Yeah.
But that's how they got there. Because once again, being such an analytical league that the NFL is turning into now, the analytics say to go for it, especially the Detroit Lions analytics, because the Detroit Lions convert fourth down at a much higher clip. That's about that 74% is about 50 percentage points higher than the league average. So it's important to note that. So, and then on that first one, Reynolds got to catch it.
Yep.
Josh Reynolds has to catch that football. He just does. It's the execution piece that goes down to.
Yep.
And the execution piece, I don't think personally falls on Dan Campbell.
Yep.
The second one where they probably could have went up, I think it was 27-10 with a field goal from Michael Badgley.
Yeah.
So they signed Badgley after they released Patterson back in December. They signed Badgley. Now, also looking at Badgley's career, 50% field goal kicker in the playoffs. He's less than 50% when he's kicking outdoors. Now, I understand you're in San Fran, right? The weather's not like it would be in outside Detroit or where Butker had to play in against the Ravens. But once again, Badgley's statistics here, just real quickly. They did not ask Badgley to kick a field goal longer than 41 yards in the final 4 games, did the Lions. He entered Sunday 13 of 24 field goals in his career, including the playoffs, and from 45 to 50 yards. And outdoors, 6 of 16 from between 45 and 50 yards, right? Which nowadays in the NFL, some of us consider a chip shot.
Yeah.
Right? When Butker goes out there, when Justin Tucker goes out there, you can go down the list.
Yeah.
When it's a 48-yard field goal, you're like, yeah, you know what? I'll be surprised if he misses it here. The Lions didn't have the luxury. Now that's on the Lions for not having a kicker.
Yeah, and that was my thought on. I was like, maybe just put something on the board just to stop the bleeding a little bit.
And I understand
but
because
you realize his field goal percentages. Hearing that makes me think, okay, now I understand why they went for it. And it was so convincing. I mean, there wasn't much thought about it.
And I get it that like, and the texters make a good point of like, you know, on the other side, I do see the writing on the wall where it's like, hey, that's to tie late in the fourth quarter. The momentum was clearly in the 49ers' hands.
Oh yeah.
I understand that. But I think once again, it's a perfect example of how the NFL and specifically some of these younger coaches, it's all about the analytics.
Yeah.
What are the analytics to say? What should you do? Because
a
different
kicker you probably kick.
Exactly. And you know what? Guess what? If Badgley went out and missed that field goal, what's everybody saying today? Oh, didn't you know that you're completing 70+% of your fourth down attempts when it's 4th and 4 or shorter? You should have done it. Well, so it's like either way, you know, maybe Badgley kicks it or makes it and it's a tie ball game. I think there's also other things that go into play. And I
always love the flash to the kicker after it happened.
Yeah.
And he's like upset, you know, and I always laugh about that. So I'm just like, well, if you put up better percentages earlier in the year. But.
Yeah. And so I just, you know, that's why I personally am not like up in arms this morning about Dan Campbell going for it, right? They I believe, if I remember correctly, late in the regular season, the Lions lost to the Bears because he decided to go for it a couple of times on fourth down when he probably shouldn't have. But like once again, it's what has gotten you to where you are now. It's that aggressive play calling style. Don't change it in the playoffs. I don't want you to change it. And so it sucks because Detroit was so close.
Yep.
And so, and the 49ers have been there a lot. There was that incredible statistic thrown up at the start of the game where it was like the roster for the 49ers, like 76 or 77% players had played in a conference championship game and 7 on the Lions played in a conference championship games. Now, obviously that changes, but I mean, you look also at this playoffs, there was not a lot of great field goals kicked, right?
Yeah.
You think Tyler Bass, you think Jake Moody yesterday, he missed a field goal early on. Now, there's also, how do you feel about just field goals and kickers in general right now? I'm not sure, unless it's Harrison Butker or Justin Tucker, you don't feel great.
You don't want to.
Yeah.
So,
and maybe I'm missing a name in there
no,
too.
You're right.
So that's just where
Professor
I'm at on
Rick,
the Lions.
I agree. There were a lot of drop passes by the Lions that hurt them too.
Yeah.
I mean,
most importantly, the one with Reynolds, because you still had all the momentum at that point in the game. That was in the first half, I believe. Was that first 4th down attempt, and you had all the momentum in the first half. And so that's also aggressive, right? Like what does Dan Campbell always preach about? It's like taking the kneecaps. We're going to continue to beat you down, right? We're going to continue just churn away. That's fitting into his style, and that's kind of what I think a team like Detroit needs. Also, you're not going to be able to win without having this blend of like physical, old, tough type of football, but with a little bit of flash in the pan as well, and trick plays.
So who do the Lions draft this year? What do they need? What gets them? Do they draft a kicker?
I don't see. I don't think so, because historically drafting kickers hasn't been great for just NFL teams. Like you think about the Aguayo brothers from Florida State, they did not pan out well. Jake Moody's panned out okay for San Francisco, but like I think you can pick up a pretty good kicker in either free agency or whatever the case may be. I think defensively you look at secondary for Detroit. Like I mentioned at the start of this conversation that they allowed the most passing yards and the most big plays, the biggest plays in this playoffs, and you can't have that. I mean,
they'll probably lose their defense coordinator, I'm guessing.
Probably going to lose. I would say more so their offensive coordinator specifically. Ben Johnson has been having a lot of interviews, and so I think like they've drafted well, and that's one like positive I think you can take away if there's any Lions fans out there. They've drafted extremely well these last couple of years. They got a GM that knows what they're doing. They've brought in some really good people. Dan Campbell's obviously a fan favorite, and in 3 short years, he's taken them from like 3-14 to a 9-win team to now here you are at 12 wins in the regular season. I think the trajectory and the future looks bright for them because they are so young. They got so many guys on rookie deals. Amon-Ra's not going anywhere. Guys like Sam Laporta is going to be there to stay. So I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be okay. They got to draft a couple guys on the defense though. Especially
then the 49ers, they got their game manager at quarterback.
Exactly. I mean, there's Brock Purdy.
People have got to lay off a bit on the game manager situation with him. He's a pretty darn good quarterback. I mean, one play where he escaped and came out and threw it to Juszczyk on the sideline. I mean, that's a big time play.
Yeah, it's always funny to see Kyle Juszczyk in the playoffs because like there's always like 2 or 3 plays that he just you notice him.
Yeah.
And no, most of the time it's when he's receiving or on the receiving end of it. But it's funny because you forget that he's there and you forget how long he's been there. And it's like, why would he ever leave? Why would he ever want to not be in San Fran? They incorporate him in there every couple of series. Just keep him there.
So, big question for the Super Bowl: who will be shown more on television, Taylor or Chuba?
Ooh,
that's a good one.
I haven't seen Chuba a whole lot. I've just seen.
They showed Chuba yesterday.
Yeah,
Chuba throwing a high five.
There it is.
I mean, that could be the Super Bowl odds right there.
Jeez. Kind of crazy. I think Taylor probably wins that one. I also think they've cut down on the Taylor cut-ins.
It just seems to be more Jason.
Yeah. There you go.
But hey, he kept his shirt on yesterday. Congratulations, Jason.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Raffy.
All right, we'll throw it a break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. Navigating the legal system can be stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. When you're in need of legal assistance, trust Liberty Law Group to fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Coppell. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Coppell. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at coppellcars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit, stock number G207684.
Husker fans, your Nebraska wrestling team is back at the Bob Devaney Sports Center for a Big Ten matchup on Sunday, February 4th against Illinois. The duel begins at 2 p.m., and the first 350 fans will receive a Nebraska wrestling pennant. For more information or to secure your tickets, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111. Again, that's huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a little patchy fog possible this morning. Otherwise, we'll see mainly sunny skies. Stay in warm weather, too. We'll see a high around 47. Tonight, partly cloudy skies are expected with a low around 31. And tomorrow, more sunshine on the way. Warm weather, too. We'll see a high around 44. Meteorologist Kyle Clutch for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket. Every Saturday morning now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Alexa, Play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Chris Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. We're proudly sponsored by Sand Hills Global. Sand Hills Global is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Career and internship opportunities are available at the global headquarters in Lincoln. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. Got it. Boom. Got it. Yeah.
All right, Raff. Do it.
All right, everyone. It's time for Raff's Good Take.
There it is.
It's time for Raff's Good Take. It's time for Raff's Good Take. It's time for Raff's Good Take right now. Terrell loves it.
That was really good.
He's giving me a
Raff.
standing ovation in there.
That was really good.
Thank you. Thank you.
For live?
That was live.
You just didn't think too much about it.
Yeah, I just brought it. I did sort of swag my shoulders a little bit.
That's okay. That's okay.
But I had to give some singing.
What
All
you
right.
got for us?
Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to 911 dispatcher Joey Mims. Joey, that's been about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Our friend of the station, Des Moines Adams, had a pulmonary embolism, and he quit breathing. And his wife, Farah, called the 911 dispatcher, and Joey kept Farah calm and, had her proceed. She knew how to do CPR, but like she said, she never had to do it, to her husband before. And Joey was able to keep Farah calm and guide her through everything, and she was able to resuscitate Des Moines.
Wow.
And just, from us personally, just the friend that he is to us, and we just thank you so much, Joey, for being there and helping Farah in such a wild situation. And you are Raff's Good Take, and to all the dispatchers out there, you're all Raff's Good Take, because that's pretty awesome that you're able to help people in that way. So that is Raff's Good Take.
How about that? We got a text from Big Bird, says, not the same without Nick's wheezing laugh at the end. How about that? Well, Raffy, we got through it. AD's back tomorrow. He was supposed to be in today.
Yeah, he was feeling a little under the weather.
Yeah, a little under the weather.
He'll be back tomorrow.
He'll be back tomorrow.
And then he's got to be back by Wednesday, because Heavenly Waffles is back.
Heavenly Waffles is coming.
And I need to get a hold of Chef Nay, too, because he said when we're all in the studio.
Bingo.
I didn't have him coming. Well, I guess we could add ADs. We could add him
Thursday or
today.
Friday?
Yeah. We'll have to
That could be a good way to end the week.
Ooh. I'll have to get a hold of him.
Unless you're going out of town again.
I'm here.
Okay.
Chef Matt, if you are listening, come on in. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Be nice to each other. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bagels and Joe is celebrating 31 years of business this year. With 4 Lincoln locations and 1 in Seward, there's more options for your favorite breakfast spot in town. And don't forget the Joe card for unlimited drip coffee for just $8.95 per person per month. Bagels and Joe, celebrating 31 years of serving Lincoln and the surrounding areas.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Early break with Sip and Jake.
So he can maybe run a little bit. Speed option, those things. All you want to do.
I can't see much.
It's also.
Oh, look what you did. Look what you did. Look at Bill. Come on now.
Calm down. I don't say anything about semicolons or